Go ahead and bring them on, man. What's going on, man?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
Good.
So what should I call you, man? Should I call you Carl? Should I call you Javar? What should I call you, man?
You can call me Carl.
Carl. All right, man. I call you Carl, man. We'll make sure I get that right. And how you say your initial name? Is that Javar?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I just want to make sure. All right, I got you, man. So, Carl, man, I appreciate you coming on the show, man. Obviously, no busy school time going on right now, man. But just tell me real quick, man, how's the off season been, man? What you been working on? What you been training, man?
The off season has been good. I'm just transferred to Gainesville. It's a great program. They're getting my body right. Most thing I've been working on is snapping the ball. With my quarterback, Kareem, been snapping with him a lot just to get ready for the season, build that chemistry.
So you're gonna be playing the center position, correct?
Yes, sir.
Got it. So when you looked at this past year, and obviously don't got to go into too much detail, but when you seen Gainesville, obviously coming over from Duluth, what made you be like, okay, I want to go here. I potentially want to play at the next level. What went into that decision to go to Gainesville? You think?
What really went into that decision was Coach Honeycutt. The way he develops players is just amazing. So it's just when I seen I knew it had to be a business decision. I knew I had to make a move if I wanted to play at the next level. Duluth, they did me a good deed, but I had to get that preparation. So that's really what made me want to transfer.
What's it been like so far working with Coach Honeycutt?
uh he gonna coach you hard, but he gonna love you harder. So, it's we got 6 a.m. workouts every day. Got to be at the school by 6. The whole coaching staff, they gonna coach you hard, but they gonna love you harder. It's a love relationship, loving
Let me ask,
relationship.
let me ask you this, Carl. So obviously you made this big move. So what do you think for you separates you maybe from the rest? What qualities you think you have that makes you that elite player?
What makes me an elite player is really just the way how fast my feet is. I feel like I got the best feet in the class. I'm a very athletic offensive lineman. I used to play D line, so I know where that twitch come. I'm very athletic. I could bend. I like to get out in space and run, and it just make me super different. College coaches tell me that they like the way how athletic I am and just how I just get out in space.
So let's break that down a little bit if you don't mind. So you say you used to play defensive line, then you went to offensive line. When did that transition happen, and why did you feel like that would be better for you in the future?
That transition happened when I was in eighth grade. I was a big kid in eighth grade, and I was kind of long, so they wanted me to try to play offensive tackle. So I just tried it, and I felt like I could be really good at this position. So that's the reason I just switched.
And then, so I want to break down a little bit more on the offensive side. So I don't want to reveal no any secrets, but just how you would defend against this, right? Let's say, all right, you're playing in center position. Let's say you got a guy that's strong, he's powerful, just as you, man. How would you go against, not allowing him to get to your quarterback?
You just strain. Keep my hips closer to his. Have a good first punch. Get off the ball. Stay low. Stay lower to him. Lower man always wins. Just have a good strike. A good strike always. Good first punch could always win a good battle.
And then let's say you got another battle. Let's say the guy he got all this finesse, man. He got all these moves, he spins, these dips, he's doing it all. So how would you defend against that? He's just trying to pull all these moves on you.
Foot down the crotch. Keep your foot down the crotch. No matter what he do, foot down the crotch. Don't let him get inside you. Don't let him go outside. Just keep your foot down the crotch.
And then last one, just a defensive lineman that has that that quick twitch, that quick burst, quick first step.
You wanna just like I said, you wanna keep your foot down the crotch. You wanna make sure that you attack before he does. Don't let do it, but don't lean, don't lunge. Make sure you attack before he does. And I feel like if you have a good punch and you bring your whole body, but stay arm's length, then I feel like you can win that. You can win the battle. That's how I win the battle.
For sure. For you, Carl, is there any offensive lineman that you like to watch, whether collegiately or on NFL level, that you like to kind of aspire to a little bit?
I like to watch Will Campbell. People say his arms are too short or he kind of undersized. Some people say the same about me, but he got a good first punch. He got fast feet. He very aggressive. So I really like him. I also like Willie Lampkin. All odds against him at all time because of his height. But no matter what, he gonna dominate. He gonna dominate no matter what.
Period. Okay, that's some good names. So, for you, you talked about some of the things you have to do, but what do you think it takes to be, I guess, an elite offensive lineman, you think?
Um, like from a D line perspective.
Yeah,
Um, what it takes is to be the good offensive lineman will probably be like you said a good first step. Twitchy, you want to be strong. You want to make sure that you get your hands on him before he get your hands in his chest because once he get his hands there, it's very hard to get off.
for sure. Why? So for you, Carl, why do you play football? What about football brings you joy that you want to do this?
Um, really just seeing how happy it makes my parents and like the stress it takes off me and just the drive for just wanting to put somebody in the dirt every single play and not get in trouble for it really just makes me love the game of football.
And then what you said, like just your parents, obviously, making them happy. What you say they're your inspiration?
Yes, my little sister and my parents they play a big role in why I play so good and why I play with that passion.
Period. Okay. Now let's talk Gainesville, man. We're playing with a whole bunch of talent players just like you, man. So for you, what has that been like? Like you said, you got Kareem. We know about Najee Newkirk. The defense, Jeremiah Proctor. I mean, you got guys all over the field. So what's that been like going with guys that are elite as you?
It's amazing. Like when you get to the school, everybody got the same mindset as you. Everybody trying to everybody trying to go to state. You know, like if you ever came to see us work out, you would be like, wow, like it's just winning mindsets everywhere. Like everybody ready, they on the go. I feel like we got the best offensive line in the Georgia. We got big guys like Bryson and Tyler and Big Red. Like working with them, like it's just straight push, no giving up. Like it's just great being around people just like you.
So to that point, obviously talk about the camaraderie with you guys, and what's this kind of like. So how are you guys just kind of just bonding a little bit? I know offensive line, like you said, y'all are one unit together, right? All you guys are great, but you're one unit together. So how you guys bonding to make sure you guys can be the most powerful, dominant offensive line 2026?
Um, we always bond outside of football just to make sure that bond is just super strong on the field. My coach does a very good job of keeping us just together. Like we work out together. Like we leave nobody behind. All of us are accounted for. My coach loves us all, and we all love each other.
Period. What are some of your numbers, just in terms of last year, whether it was pancakes, whether it was, just how were your numbers measured to last year? And did you achieve everything that you wanted to?
Um, I feel like I never achieved everything I wanted to last year. I'm always looking to get better. So I feel like last year is gonna be nothing compared to what I'm gonna do this year. And just some of the I feel like I made a statement this year though. I feel like I definitely made a statement this year. Um, I want first team all county, all three on three all America. So I feel like I made a statement this year.
What did that mean to you? I know you, like you said, you didn't achieve everything you wanted to, but getting that recognition nationally, what did that mean to you?
It was special. It's just seeing how much hard work could pay off, and just other people seeing it. It was just special. Some people doubt me just because of size or strength, but I feel like my play makes up for all that.
Now going into obviously the offseason, what do you want some of your numbers to be in terms of just what you squatting before or bench pressing? What do you want those numbers to be before the season starts?
For the season start, I really want to be squatting at least 500. And a lot of people may say that's crazy, but like the way Gainesville lifts, I feel like it's definitely it's coming. Like it's definitely coming. And the bench I want to be at least benching 315. I just came off a injury, so it really set me back, but I'm coming back. I'm coming back for sure.
So we talk about your numbers. What okay, so what goals you got personally? and then the goals you have as a team, you think going into next year? I know it's still early, but what's some of your goals you got that you've been putting down?
Some of the goals I want to have for the team is just go to state, have a great run with the seniors. I want to make sure they leave on a good note. And some goals I have for myself is just to, make that first team all county and just to make the on three list again and just to be dominant, like just be very dominant in the run game. I want to be very dominant in the run game this year.
Now, obviously, I believe that's one thing you're working on. So let me ask you this: so in terms of you talked about how to go against someone that's coming to you and protect in terms of pass pro, but running game you just talked about. So how do you best as an offensive lineman be able to, like you just said, dominate the run game? What do you need to do in order to
You
get there?
you uh you need to have a good first step. You need to have a good first step. You need to run off the ball. My coach talks about running off the ball a lot. We was watching film today. And he just loved like he was watching Iowa and he just loved how Iowa run off the ball. You got to be dirty. You got to be dirty in the trenches when it comes in the run game. So you just have a great first step, a good first punch, and you will be good.
How important is that film? I feel like that always gets overlooked. Like everybody else, like, oh, I'm a DB, I'll watch film, or quarterback, I'll watch film, but it's overlooked when it comes to offensive lineman. Why is that so important for you guys?
Film is so important. When you're watching a guy who's doing it right now, it's so important just because you want to just learn. Like you have to learn the game. Like my coach said, you got to be a student of the game. So once when you look at somebody who's already doing it, you could just take it and see, oh, how can I apply this to my game? Because some kids in Georgia, they're off the line. They're not really looking at film. They just in it for the playtime. But when it come down to watching film, my coach do not play about that. He like we always could get better off somebody else.
What advice, Carl, would you give others that in a similar position as you that want to be able to dominate, make that on three, what I'm saying, national list, that want to be kind of where you are coming in fresh as a freshman? What would you tell them?
You got to work. Like no matter what anybody says, you have to work. Like work. Like I feel like people get caught up in the offers and
Yes.
the hype, but you gotta work. Like my coach when I came to Gainesville, he didn't say anything about offers. All he talked about was working. You gotta work. If you working, I mean, what could they say? Nobody can hate on you. No coach can
Mhm.
deny you. You just gotta work.
Let me ask you. I want to get your perspective on this. Why do you think so many people get caught up in the offers and oh, I got this school, I got 40 plus. Don't seem like you caught up in that. Why do you think people get so caught up in that?
People get caught up in it for the hype, just off what the Instagram likes and the fame. People get caught up in that, and some people get caught up so much in the offers they forget where they came from or they forget what they had to do to get there. And once they get there, they stop. You should never stop, no matter what. Like no matter what you never stop, never stop working. And I feel like people get caught up in the offers and they forget that they still have to work.
I like your mindset. Where do you get your mindset from? You seem this different than the rest. Where do you get your mindset from?
Um, uh, I feel like my mom. My mom is the hardest working person I know, and I feel like she sets the standard for me. And then I feel like if you don't follow after your mom, then who else could you follow after? She's a very hard working woman.
I know this might be real personal, but what is something you want to just at the end of the day accomplish for your mom where she'll be super proud of you? What is something like you just kind of got on your list like I want to do this for moms and accomplish this?
Just to go into my freshman year of college and just play, just to see that smile on her face. She invests a lot of time, money, and love into me while still having four other kids. So I just really want to make, on signing day, I want to sign the papers in front of her so she could finally smile.
I love that. Yep, I see the smile on your face, man. That's a great moment right there. All right, man. So we talked about everything offensive line has to do. Talked about some of the stuff. So real quick, before we get into recruiting and the offers, I want to ask, what are some things you like to do off the field, man? What's some hobbies you got, Carl?
Um, you know. Some things I like to do is just I like to, my mom, she does parties, so I like to sometimes I like to just get out and help her with setting up and stuff and just doing that, and really that's it. All I and hang out with my friends. That's really all I can do outside of football. It's not much time you have outside of football if you want to be great.
How do you do that? And obviously, like you said, you balance school, you help out your moms. How do you just I guess my question is how do you balance everything just to make sure that you at your best optimal level?
I feel like just the way I balance stuff is just keeping the main goal the main goal. School and football come first. Once I'm done with school and football, I feel like that's my time where I could just chill and just relax. So that comes school and football comes with training, studying, and just doing other stuff. So once I'm done with that, I feel like I could balance out everything else.
All right. And then let me ask you, all right, so what do you like to do in terms of like pregame? You have a ritual, you like listen to music. What's something that kind of gets you in the mode? Are you kind of just very to yourself, quiet, ready to go, like silent killer? Like what you like to do pregame?
This might not be big to a lot of people, but what really get me in that mode is God, the Word of God. That really get me in the mode. Playing. I play for my family, and then I play for God first, and then I play for my family. So just the Word of God could just get you so hyped up and just like, yeah, I know God got me, so I'm just gonna go out there and ball.
100%. Okay. Off the field, what's your favorite dish, man? Like mama's going like, look, I'm gonna cook this up for you, Carl. I'm gonna get you right. Like what's your favorite like dish mama cook?
Um, Chicken and rice. Like it's just smothered chicken. Just this is something about that smothered chicken my mom could cook.
All right, smothered chicken and rice. I like that. All right, and then what kind of music you like, man? You have a musical preference, or it don't really matter.
It don't really matter. I like to listen to like Lil Baby and Lil Durk stuff like that.
Okay. All right, man. All right, man. We asked some stuff off the field, man. So we get into just the recruiting. Obviously, what the show is about, man. So offers from pretty much everywhere, man. So I know it's a whole bevy of them. Hold on, let me pull this up. Like I said, Kansas. So you got SMU, Georgia State, Virginia Tech, USF, Pittsburgh, North Carolina, Arizona, Indiana, Miami of Ohio, Marshall, UNLV, Penn State, Mississippi State, Purdue, Kansas State, Arkansas, Auburn, Colorado, Appalachian State, Arizona State, Georgia Tech, Minnesota. Just what are your thoughts, man, on all these offers?
Um, just just thanking God for every opportunity that all 24 opportunities God gave me. So just keeping the main goal, the main goal. Never let the offers get to your head, like I said. But it's definitely been a blessing to be able to say I have those offers.
Any of these schools like stand out to you, or just been recruiting you hard, or constantly in contact?
Some schools
Mhm.
that really stand out to me right now is Auburn and Virginia Tech. Um, Auburn, Virginia Tech, and I know it's not on there, but Rutgers. They really been pursuing me, and I feel like that's a good school that's not on there.
Okay, so let's break it down just real quick. What do you like about Virginia Tech?
What I like about Virginia Tech is the guru off the line coach. Coach Matt Moore. I was already big. Oh, and also Pitt. Yeah, but I'm at that. I was already big on Virginia Tech just because the coach was recruiting me hard. But then they had a new staff, but they kept the same offensive line coach. So what really made Virginia Tech high on my list was Coach Franklin and Coach Matt Moore. Those are very good coaches that I feel like I could develop well under.
Got you. And then you said Auburn.
Auburn is just it's just amazing there. The love is just crazy when it comes to Auburn. They tell you the truth. They don't sugarcoat nothing. So when you come there, it's straight business. So I feel like I could develop really well over Coach Hoodie.
Okay. And then you said Rutgers and Pitt. So let's do Rutgers.
Rutgers is just amazing. They just got a new coach, Coach John. He's truly amazing. Like he's a guru offensive line coach. Coached in the NFL, coached at Texas A&M. He's recruiting me pretty hard.
And then you made sure to mention this one, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I don't know how I can miss Pitt. Pitt is just amazing. It's close to home in Ohio. It's just amazing. Coach Brent Davis, he was at Virginia Tech. He moved to Pitt. He may be one of the best coaches I know. He just recruits really hard, and he tells the truth also.
And I know, like you said, all four of these schools really like you in terms of all these 24 opportunities. I know they were going to want you on campus too, but other schools, just if you're playing them, if you haven't, that's fine. But just schools that you want to go visit in the spring.
Schools I'm definitely visiting in the spring is Virginia Tech, Auburn again. I'm definitely going to Pitt, Rutgers. I'm also going to Georgia Tech, and I'm gonna try to hit up Colorado and Indiana.
Period. What did you think about the Yellow Jackets, man, and kind of their development and how they kind of progress in this program?
I feel like I really like Georgia Tech. The head coach, he's really good, and they just got a new offensive line coach. So I feel like he's a good offensive line coach too, and I feel like they had a good season last year. So I feel like they could, do it again.
For sure. What's important in your process? You would say, if you don't mind sharing, Carl. Is it the school? Is it what they can offer you? Is it the relationships with the coaches? Is it the program itself? Like what is, or is it even development? What are some key factors for you would say?
Some of the key factors that will help me choose a school would be my relationship with the coach, the development, and how hard they recruit my mom. Some people say, well,
Wow.
my family, my parents, but mainly my mom. Some people say they don't like when their mom go on visits and asks all the questions. But me, I want my mom to ask as many questions as she want. She know her place when it comes to recruiting, but I want her to love the place also.
So you mentioned that part. I was just respond just a little bit more. Why is it important that mama is in there? Is it the intuition? Like if she says, like, "Hey, this is school," it's gonna make you kind of feel better. Is it kind of just? I guess what I'm trying to say is it would help with the backing of getting your mom of liking that school.
It's really important for her to like the school just because she knows what's best for me. No, nobody know you like your mom. She been raising me all my life. She been at every training session. She been at every game. So why wouldn't she know where she feel like I would fit in at?
Period. Out of all these schools, which has been your favorite atmosphere if you've been able to be on game day visit out of any of these schools?
Virginia Tech is crazy. The Sandman is just crazy. It's like a whole new world when you step on campus at Virginia Tech.
Period. All right, man. Well, we talked about offers, man. I appreciate you obviously sharing that. Spring, what you got coming up in terms of obviously your visits, man. Couple more before I let you go, Carl. So we talked about recruiting offers. What did I want to ask you? I lost my train of thought. What what is your most favorite game you've played in so far in your career, you would say?
Um, my favorite game that I played in my career would probably be e- every time I play North Gwinnett. They're a great team, and they have a great linebacker and just a great D line. But underrated game that I played again, underrated game that I played in my career was against Shiloh. I feel like when you take a bunch of you know kids that are just hungry and just have a drive for football, it's a hard football game. So I feel like that was a good game also.
Period. Last two. Tell me what is a program getting out of a player like you, Carl? What makes obviously talk about what makes you different on the field, but just off the field, the character. Watch your program take a chance on you.
They're getting a hard worker, a loving teammate, and a yes man. It's sometimes it's not cool. It's sometimes it's not good to be a yes man, but whatever coach need, I'm ready. Whatever position, whatever you need in the classroom, I'm ready. It's always gonna be yes sir. It's never I'm never gonna let coach down. So they're getting a player who has a passion for the game.
Period. All right, now I gotta ask you this before I let you go. Now you actually reached out to me to come on the platform, man. So I want to ask two questions to wrap us up. Why'd you choose my platform that's still kind of growing to kind of come on and just tell more about yourself and your recruiting, and then two, what's your thoughts on the experience? Did it live up to what you thought?
A reason I wanted to just get on your show was just I know how it is. Just I know like it's hard. Some people don't acknowledge us athletes. They don't get we don't get to talk about our process a lot. So I feel like you just being able to just get on here and just ask us questions and just get to know us and share it with the world. It begins to let us express ourselves through you. So I feel like that's why I wanted to just get on here and just spread awareness about my process and just you ask questions about what would I tell people and just the meaning of the game. So I feel like you're doing a good job, and that's really why I wanted to get on the podcast.
Appreciate it. Did it live up to your expectation?
Yes, sir. Every single one, just how I thought it was gonna be.
I appreciate it, man. Before I let you go, anybody want to shout out mama, any of your siblings, any of your coaches, any last words you got before I let you go, Carl?
Um, just shout out to my mom and my coaches, my new Gainesville coaches, and the coaches that coached me in the past. I love all y'all, and just a word for everybody. Just keep working and stay down because work never goes unnoticed.
I heard that. Hey, over 100 viewers in here, man. Put your head down, keep working. Work never gets unnoticed. Hey, from Carl himself, this is a major player. So appreciate you coming on, my guy.
Yes, sir.